Thank you. Thank you, Senator Jones, for being here. I know you have to run. Thank you, Senator Murphy, for organizing this press conference. I want to thank the little lobbyists, the folks that we're going to hear from who depend so much on Medicaid and depend so much on health care that's been strengthened through the Affordable Care Act. Senator Murphy mentioned this month, April, is Medicaid Awareness Month, and all across the country, advocates and families and communities have been reflecting on the importance of Medicaid and the importance of strengthening Medicaid and what the Affordable Care Act did to strengthen Medicaid through expanding it. 36 states in the District of Columbia and many other states, Alabama included, are looking at expanding Medicaid to bring more people into the healthcare system, provide affordable care. I want you to think about that. 36 states in the District of Columbia, and states that are led by Republicans had ballot measures passed this last year. And the president is in court right now to tell all those people, all those state legislatures, all those people that went out for these ballot measures, he's going to tell them, I'm going to take this away because I'm in court to, as he said, quote unquote, terminate the law. To terminate the law. So take Medicaid expansion away. Go into court and do that and take away the rest of the Affordable Care Act. That's one way there's a war on Medicaid. As you heard from Senator Casey, a cut of $1.5 trillion to Medicaid. Now, what do you think that's for? That's to continue to fund a tax cut that this president passed that also raided health care in this country. So $1.5 trillion cut to Medicaid. His budget also proposed returning to repeal in the form of Graham Cassidy, which they tried to pull here back in 2017. A bill that would have, quote unquote, block granted Medicaid. Now, we know what that means in Republican parlance. That means cutting Medicaid. That means throwing people off the rolls. That means sacrificing the disabled and kids and families. That's what that means. And beyond all that, they continue to put requirements and rules into Medicaid that is nothing more than discouraging people from signing up, that are paperwork requirements that drive down the rolls. I mean, the person that runs Medicare and Medicaid for this president is running a war on his behalf against Medicaid, a program she's supposed to be showing support for. So that's what this month has been about. It's not just about celebrating how important this program is, but warning every one of you and every American that this is in still remains in the crosshairs. Speaking of the crosshairs, the president went before the NRA last week, where he reiterated that he's coming for this entire law, which would include gutting Medicaid expansion. And I just wonder, has this president spent 1 second out of 1 minute, out of 1 hour, out of 1 day, out of 1 month, out of 1 year, thinking about these people, thinking about what Medicaid actually does? I wonder if he could even answer that question if it was put to him. Who it supports, who it helps, who it insures. And these stories are so important. It was Medicaid was the tip of the spear that stopped repeal right there. And it was these advocates that we have in the Senate and the House that brought that to the floor and talked about those consequences. It was the tip of the spear. But these stories that you're going to hear, they are really the tip of the spear for this issue. Without